Good evening. This is All India Radio, Kohima. I'm Jonas Yantan with Evening News. And the headlines. BDA government holds Thanksgiving service for completion of 3 years in office and unopposed election of Chuba Chang. PM Modi urges BJP workers to counter false narratives being built around farm laws, CAA and labour laws. Veterinary Department issues advisory on unusual mortality of pig population in Kiphire and Phek districts. And Prime Minister Modi to interact with students, teachers and parents through Pariksha Pe Charcha tomorrow. As the number of COVID cases are on the rise again, we appeal to our listeners not to lower the guard, follow all the precautions, and all those above 45 years to get vaccinated without any hesitation. Stay safe and protected by following these 3 simple steps. Wear a face mask, focus on hand and face hygiene, and maintain a distance of 2 yards for social distancing. Now the news in detail. The People's Democratic Alliance PTA government in Nagaland today held a Thanksgiving program on completion of 3 years in office and also on the unopposed election of Chuba Chang to 51 Nagaland Assembly constituency. The program was held at State Banquet Hall, Chief Minister's residential complex in Kohima. Delivering the Thanksgiving message, Chief Minister Nipirio said, while progressive achievements were made, the government has been bogged down with an entire year of battling the global pandemic. He commented that the remaining 2 years of the government tenure is most crucial and important in fulfilling the promises of the manifestos and the Common Minimum Program. He said that there are several crucial and important issues, but most important agenda of the PTA government is to deliver good governance under a spirit of transparency and justice. Rio further added that efforts like the establishment of the Staff Selection Board, removal of VIP culture, improved e-governance and use of technology to combat governance challenges remain at the core of the government's initiatives. Rio also urged upon the ministers and elected members and rank and file of the party organizations to rededicate towards the service of the people. Rio further reminded all that there is a need to make concrete efforts to ensure that the policies and programs of the government reach the targeted sections in letter and spirit. Rio said that people have enormous expectations upon the government, and the responsibility of the ruling parties is to reach governance to the doorsteps of every household, and they must make sincere efforts towards realization of this aspiration. Rio also congratulated Chuba Chang for being elected unopposed. Deputy Chief Minister Y. Patan, NDPP President and Chairman BTA Chinwang Konyak, and State BJP General Secretary Eduzo Telio also delivered short speeches. Newly elected MLA Chuba Chang conveyed his appreciation to the people of Nagaland and the BDA partners for paving way for an uncontested election. Prime Minister Narendra Modi said false narratives are being built, be it about the farm laws, CAA or labour laws. Addressing BJP's 41st Foundation Day today, Modi said it is a conspiracy to create political instability. He highlighted that sometimes they say citizenship will be snatched, sometimes it's farmers' land, but they are all blatant lies. He called upon BJP workers to go to the people and make people aware. Modi said BJP not only represents national interest but is also a party of regional aspirations, saying the party's mantra has been Vyakti se bara dal or Dal se bara desh. Prime Minister reiterated this tradition continues to this day. The Department of Animal Husbandry and Veterinary Services has informed that unusual mortality of pig population has been reported in Kiphire and Phek districts. In this connection, the general public and piggery farmers have been requested to remain vigilant and to report death of pigs to the nearest veterinary health centre for necessary sero monitoring. They have also been asked not to consume dead or diseased pigs, but carry out deep burial method and subsequent sanitization. The department also informed public and pig farmers to refrain from importing live pigs for meat and piglets for breeding purpose from outside without knowing the health status. The department has also asked them to maintain strict biosecurity measures in the farms and also to practice usage of foot bath at the entrance of the farm. Stressing on vaccination of pigs against classical swine fever, the department said they should avoid feeding with feeds, especially from hotel and other waste, which may be contaminated. This news comes to you from All India Radio, Kohima. You can also listen to this bulletin on our YouTube channel, AIR News Kohima. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will interact with students, teachers and parents during Pariksha Pe Charcha tomorrow at 7 in the evening. The mega event will be held in a virtual mode for the first time due to restrictions posed by COVID-19 pandemic. Nagaland Board of School Education (NBSC) conducted Higher Secondary School Living Certificate HSLC examination 2021 commenced today. A total of 16,835 candidates, including 13,024 in arts, 1,347 in commerce and 2,464 in science, are appearing the examination in 96 examination centres across the state. It will end on 29th of this month. Meanwhile, HSLC examination 2021 will also commence tomorrow and continue till 21st of this month. In HSLC, 23,612 candidates will be appearing the examination in 133 provisional examination centres and 4 sub-centres. 742 candidates will also be appearing the HSLC compartmental examination 2021 from 41 examination centres. Due to COVID-19 pandemic, additional examination centres have been created in the districts and subdivisions in order to maintain social distancing in the examination centres. The candidates appearing the exams are compulsorily wearing face masks, while social distancing norms are also being maintained to avoid physical contact and protect themselves as well as avoid spread of COVID-19 during the conduct of the examinations. Nagaland reported nil fresh positive cases of COVID-19 today. The total cases remained at 12,365, while recovered cases are 11,982 and active cases stands at 134. Nagaland chapter of Fostering Climate Resilient Upland Farming System in the Northeast, Focus Nagaland, an externally aided project funded by IFAD, recently distributed kharif seeds to the project villages under Longling District at the District Agriculture Officer DAO Office Longling. DAO and DPM of Focus IFAD as Yongchang Pom encouraged the farmers to work sincerely and implement the activities with full seriousness to ensure that the farmers get full benefits from the project. Package of practice on the kharif seeds were given to the lead farmers who received the allotted quantity on behalf of the villagers and were also informed to ensure that the allotted quantity should reach out to all the interested beneficiaries. The first Ntu Martyrs Open Volleyball Tournament commenced today at Ntu Village under Denning Subdivision in Peren District with Advisor for Water Resources Department, Namrin Chang, as the special guest. The tournament is organized in memory of 5 martyrs of Ntu Village who sacrificed and laid down their lives in defending the village and the Naga's pride during the late 1950s. In his speech, Nchang said that games and sports are a part of self-education which improves health and motivate oneself in various walks of life. He also spoke on various policies of the government to promote sports while also referring to Khelo India and Catch Them Young tournament to encourage and pick up young talents in the country. And now 20 News, here are the main points again. BTA government holds Thanksgiving service for completion of 3 years in office and unopposed election of Chuba Chang. Prime Minister Modi urges BJP workers to counter false narratives being peddled around farm laws, CAA and labour laws. Veterinary Department issues advisory on unusual mortality of pig population in Mon, Kiphire and Phek districts. And Prime Minister Modi to interact with students, teachers and parents through Pariksha Pe Charcha tomorrow. That is all we have in this evening news bulletin. Good night.